on Wine Route, which is a frontage road right next to the Trans-Canada Highway. And there are 7 wineries on this road. Well, I came to the first one, and unfortunately today is Tuesday. So I'll go to the next one and see if they're open. Rocky Creek Winery to the right, but there is no road, and Blue Grouse Winery, oh, okay, so 1 mile to the right. Okay. So the Rocky Creek Winery is open. I think it's probably the only one that is open today. I've been wine tasting a couple times. It's probably a good thing the rest of them aren't open. I'm noticing that the wineries look like people's homes. I guess maybe I'm supposed to park down here. Look at how cute this is. There's the restroom.
Now we have the Pinot Gris. And the Pinot Noir. The Blackberry. There we go. And that is your card.
Thanks.
And then we'll go with the Blackberry. Pinot Gris. Pinot Gris would be told that we'd have to get rid of that color because in France they control how you make the wine as well.
Right.
So when they would have to remove that color, we would have to filter away that color, and it actually would filter away some flavor. So we're old world Europe with modern innovative ideas,
Okay.
and also the beautiful screen printed. This is a brand new look for us this year. This was our fall release, and so we're just tweaking and changing the look of things.
Can I taste the Pinot Noir?
Yes, did you want to try a very unique white blend?
Sure.
We have one vineyard, so we're a state. We have long-term leases. And we have one Spanish vineyard that has Tempranillo and Albarino in it. And the Albarino is in our white blend, and the Tempranillo is in the red blend.
Oh, okay.
This one had slight residual sugar, but we also have a grape in it called Madeleine Sylvaner, which has a little bit of more of a citrus tone to it. So even though it's got residual sugar, there's slight acidity with this. TLC in our vineyard, and it's named after myself.
Oh, that's good.
This is the second vintage of it. Last year it's flown out, and
I've
it's
never
very
heard
unique.
of TLC. What does that stand for?
Well, TLC means TLC in our vineyard. We pick into small bins, tender loving care.
Oh, okay, just like
that. But also my name's Linda, and it means tender and caring in German.
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a little bit of my heritage background as well. We've had lots of Spanish people that said Linda means pretty or beautiful, but I'm not Spanish. I was toying with that name as well, but this is sort of our story.
Very nice.
But very unique. We kind of joke we're Canadian, and usually blends are from usually a country, right? So Chianti or Burgundy, it's usually from one country. But because we're a new young region, a lot of times we don't know what grows here. So we have German grapes, we have French grapes, we have, in our case, Spanish, and we even have experimental grapes. So we say that TLC is multicultural.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
so now we want to work onto the reds.
Okay.
And we are very proud of our island reds. So they aren't heavy bodied, but we bring as much character, especially the Pinot Noir. It is in French oak. We do oak the reds because you need a little bit of complexity with a little bit lighter reds. Our region very similar to Germany or northern France. Sometimes New Zealand and sometimes Oregon, depending on the years. This is our Pinot 2015 in French oak. And that was released in September.
Very nice. Very nice.
Every year we develop to try and make the Pinot better and better because it is a challenging grape to make. And every year we strive to improve. We don't just rest on this is how we like to make it. We just every year let's make it better and better, bring more aromatics, bring more complexity out of it. And also, as you know, it temperamental.
Okay.
On another blend.
Okay.
You'd make the best of the varietals and they only go so far. But if you make a blend, there's a real science to blending. My husband's a chemical engineer with a master's in environmental engineering, and he loves his reds. We do recognize the Pinot is a little bit lighter, and if you aren't vegan, we really do like it with our steak or hamburger. So my husband wanted to make a wine that would go with the barbecued foods, but our region and one of our vineyards is not old enough to stress out yet to make a heavy red. We did pull enough in this harvest year to make a nice red, so come back in a couple of years because we might have a serious red from the island. This is a young, easy drinking red, which means it's not so long on the skins, and it's got a unique blend. So we have the Fauche, which is Merchel Fauche, and we have also an experimental Fauche on the vineyard you arrived at. It's called a Cab Fauche. So it's a Cabernet Sauvignon hybrid with potential to be cab-like. And if you go around this island, there will be some of us making this Cab Fauche. So if you hear Cab Fauche, it's a plant, not a blend.
Okay.
And then we have the Fauche, the regular Merchel Fauche. We have Tempranillo, and we did soften this with Pinot Noir, but we made it in American oak because we didn't want to have the same flavor profile, and it is young. So the Pinot can be cellared, but this one is treated like a white wine. So a year or two on this one, and again, a Tempranillo has a Spanish note to it. So this is on the mark. We want to be on the mark for our estate vineyards, and his name is Mark. So the blends are of that sort of subtlety to our names.
Oh, I like that.
When a red is ready to drink, everyone's cellaring to make their wine the ideal time to drink. When it's young, it's good to go.
Okay, so this one needs to be drank within a year or two, you
Yes.
said. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
There, and then these are what we say, a choice of 4, but we know people will not, some people won't choose this, so we throw this in as well. This was made because for the longest time all we had was Pinot Noir. Our red blend is about halfway through our 13 years, so that's great. We have a second red and potentially now a third. But when we wanted to make a beautiful tasting, we wanted to finish the portfolio rich. So we made the Blackberry. It processes very quickly, a fruit wine. It's very trendy in Canada and the States to make fruit wine. In Europe, you can't call this wine because wine is only grapes. So we're really fortunate. We love a tawny port for us if we want something sweet, but we're also missing a rich red. And that's the only way to describe this wine. It's completely taken off. We've won Best of Wine category for Canada, double golds, 3 90s from Wine Writers. It tastes like a wild blackberry, but it's 16% alcohol. That's why I put it in the half liter. And it showcases sweet, but you can also go savory. And I pair this with salt and pepper chocolate from Hot Chocolate and Courtney. So sip it alone and then have it after the chocolate and see if you get a different flavor profile.
Wow. I didn't think I was going to
We
like
call it our wow
that.
factor for that reason. And then when wine and food are paired together, there should be a lovely synergy that happens. And that actually has salt and pepper on it.
Oh my gosh. That's incredible. I'm actually surprised I like that.
That was our little sort of trendy secret. You can go sweet, you can go savory. It's very fruit forward. We even recommend it in cocktails. If online, I have a couple of things on Instagram, but one I just found recently is a gin and tonic. So instead of using a bitter, throw in a little bit of the blackberry, and it just bumps up the drink, because a liqueur is quite heavy and sweet and sometimes will make the drink heavier. This one is light and fresh, so it's just like a fruit.
Wow, that's really nice. Here, let's...
I forgot to put lipstick on. I've been trying to do that and I haven't. And I really love our garden. I like to garden as well, so every year we take a garden bed and we put 2 developed gardens.
This was really quite nice.
This is my modern speakeasy.
Your modern speakeasy.
Yes.
There you go.
I have a brick wall and we're in the back of the house, sort of like, you know, in Prohibition times.
Yeah. And there's the vineyard right there. Well, I picked up a couple little gifts for Fiona and Lynn, and the rest of the wineries are behind me, so I'm not gonna backtrack. But this was really nice. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.